Welcome, I'm Michael Bickert. Thanks for joining me today as we explore concepts with the objective of improving your management skills and growing your business. Do you have your notepad and your pen handy? Let's get started. I want you to take a note. I want you to jot down some sort of action item that you will implement in your business today. That's what it's all about. Let's drive your business forward through implementation, something every day. Today I want to talk to you about the power of mentoring and why you should consider installing some sort of more formalized mentoring program within your business. Now, of course, this is going to differ from one organization to another, and depending on how big your company is, that will determine how formalized you can make this, how formal a program you can put in place. The bigger organizations, I really would spend some time on this and make this a really organized structure. If you run a very small business with very few employees, I still think you'll get as much out of this as the big organizations. In fact, you probably get more out of this, but you won't have to be as organized in terms of a formal structure of mentoring. And I look at it this way, we talk about and we can agree that everyone acts in his own self-interest. You should be doing this in your own self-interest. And I think mentoring has four benefits to it. Well, there's at least four primary benefits to mentoring. As a mentor, you will teach, of course. You'll also learn, you will fulfill, and you will advance. So let's cover those different benefits, and hopefully by the end of this brief discussion, you will be convinced, yeah, I think I'm going to give mentoring more formally, a mentoring program, more formal mentoring program, a chance within my business. So the first thing is obvious, and that is you are teaching. And there's great benefits to you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or as a manager to teaching. That is, you are investing in your people. So who are you going to mentor? First of all, who is the mentor? Well, I guess I'm talking to you, and you should consider mentoring, but you also want to grow this culture within your organization of mentoring. And so that's why I said earlier, if you have a bigger organization, you want this to spread, and you want to have a program where everybody tries, any interested party, those who have greater aspirations and advancement, those people should have an opportunity to mentor as well. So share this video with them and let them know that you want to encourage mentoring throughout the organization, and you want to encourage discussions for putting some sort of formal mentoring program in place. So the who is you are going to mentor, but also other people in your organization who are interested will mentor. And who will they mentor? They can mentor anyone who's interested, any other person who wants to advance, any other person who has some learning to do. So the first benefit is the teaching aspect of it. And you benefit, your manager, of course, the proteges will benefit, but the mentors benefit from the teaching in that the organization grows. Those people who are being taught will become more valuable. You'll get more potential, you'll get a greater return on your investment in them. You will help them to realize a greater portion of the potential that they represent, and they will give more value the more that they learn. So spend the time teaching. That's the first step, or that's the first benefit. The second one is learning. And in teaching, you learn a whole bunch. There is a anecdote that Dr. Stephen Covey shared regarding, I think he was a professor at Brigham Young University, and at one point the trustees or the administration, the faculty, I'm not sure, some of his peers accused him of falsifying marks. He was a professor of some graduate program, so he had graduate students, and he was sort of taken aback, flabbergasted, and in defending himself, he asked them, like, what proof, what evidence do you have? What leads you to believe that I'm falsifying the marks of my students? And the evidence they put forward was that everything we know about the correlation between class size and the average performance of a student is not applying in your case. That is, as your classes, as you have more students, as your class size increases, your marks are actually going up. How do you explain this unless you're falsifying their marks? And he said, if you think that I'm falsifying marks, go ahead and test any of my students, which I think they did, and they found that these students passed with flying colors. And then he explained to them, here's what I do, and here's why I can achieve uncommon results. What I have done is I've taken my graduate students and I've told them that your mark is going to be based upon the mark of an undergraduate student who you mentor. So you have to choose an undergraduate student and you have to teach them this course. The course I'm teaching you, you have to reteach it to an undergraduate. And instead of testing you, the graduate student, I am going to test the undergraduate. Your protege will take the test and his mark is your mark. And what was, and so that's, you know, at the end of the day, that's how he got such high marks. But it was a demonstration, a great story about how in teaching we learn, because you can't really teach something unless you understand it. Or when you do begin to teach something, it's great at exposing those knowledge gaps and those holes where you're like, I can't really explain this, I can't really teach this very well, I better go and learn this more. And that's what his graduate students had to do to be successful in teaching undergraduates. And that's what you will have to do as you mentor people and as other people in your organization take on proteges and they begin to teach. You will learn your material really rock solid. So think about the various things that people are mentoring on. They're training on processes, they're training on customer service, maybe on sales, all sorts of the skills that they've learned. They're imparting their knowledge onto a sort of a new generation, so to speak. And in doing that, every now and then they'll realize, they'll get questions and they'll realize, I don't know the answer to that question. So they go and research it. And nobody wants to embarrass themselves by trying to teach something that they don't understand. So they make sure that they cover those things. And it's just really reinforcing the knowledge that they have. So you're going to benefit as a teacher by those students growing, those proteges, those people in your organization better likely to reach their fullest potential. You get a better return on your investment, but also you learn more. And in learning, you will reach new heights yourself and the others in your organization who do this. So you want to try to perpetuate this through as much, as I said before, create this culture, get as many people in your organization realizing these benefits as possible. The third one I said is fulfilling. It's very fulfilling to be a mentor, to teach somebody. Think about the times in your life that you may have taken someone under your wing and shown them the ropes, and you really watched them advance and grow, and you knew that you played a part in that. It could be maybe your children, it could be you were a coach, it could be in a formal, in a professional environment where you were training somebody. I'm not sure what examples you can think to in your life, but it's very fulfilling. It's very gratifying to see someone else advance and grow with your assistance. We want to help. We enjoy helping other people and seeing the effect that it has. And there's a legacy component to that. So you're actually, as I said before, imparting your information onto another generation. And there's just this feeling of legacy that it goes beyond you, and that's very fulfilling and gratifying, rewarding experience. So you're going to get that. And the degree to which you can get that yourself, of course, you're going to be happier in your career, in your professional environment by having more fulfillment, but also your people will have this. So that relationship, that part about interacting in the social interaction with people, that's very rewarding as well. But your whole organization, if they're more fulfilled because they're involved in this mentoring protege program that you have going, people are going to be more fulfilled, which is a great thing for your business. Think about it. If everyone within your business described themselves as being having quite fulfilling careers, that would be great. You would likely to be much more successful. And then the last one that I had on there is to advance. And what I mean by this is, of course, your business will advance as you have more competent people because they've been mentored, they've been taught, they have greater expertise. That specialized knowledge that you and your team possess has been passed on. It stands to reason that as that is shared with more and more people, your organization will grow. You'll get greater return on your investment of your human resources, and you will maximize the potential of the various people, and that will advance your business. More than that, you'll advance yourself as becoming a more effective manager, becoming a more successful entrepreneur. You can then maybe branch out as you grow your business. You can take on new things. And within your organization, others can advance. So I would really, when I talk about setting this up formally, so you presumably, if you are watching this and you are the business owner, you're the entrepreneur, and you buy into this, you can understand what's in it for you. That others in your organization, those proteges, those people you take under your wing and you grow them, your business will likewise grow and you'll get some fulfillment. You can understand that. The degree to which you intend to get this instilled as a culture throughout your organization will impact how much you have to invest in a more formal structure. I would really consider aligning the objectives of your mentors and your proteges by some sort of remuneration and recognition program. So become more formalized. Give some thought to this. We're not going to go through this in a great deal today, but think about how you can do this. And I would just suggest to you, as an example, what about considering some sort of pay for performance component for those who are involved as mentors, who are mentoring? They actually maybe get an override, some sort of pay bonus or residual component to their pay that relates to the success of their proteges. If you think about that anecdote that Dr. Stephen Covey talked about, where he's like, I'm going to test the undergraduates and their score is going to be your score. Think about this in a professional environment. If their success, if the protege's success was going to reward, aside from the fulfillment and aside from the teaching, the learning they get as a teacher, but also their pay and their success, so the recognition is also bolstered in proportion to that of the protege, that'd be a very perpetuating thing. It would really, I think, be effective at driving the success of your mentoring program forward. So it's probably just as simple as giving a small override. I'm not sure what that percentage would work out to be, but let's say in the example of sales. So if you had one salesperson who was mentoring another salesperson, the protege's results and whatever percentage of pay he has, there would be a bonus that was given to the mentor. I didn't describe that very well. I'm not suggesting that the proteges would pay the mentor. I'm suggesting that you as an organization set it up that there is a greater reward. The whole business is going to benefit, and you want to make sure that your mentors also benefit, aside from those sort of less tangible things that are about how they feel inside and the knowledge they gain. It's also reflected on their paycheck. It's also reflected on their performance reviews and evaluation. So if we're going back to this fourth benefit being advancement, are you considering how you might allow people to advance, or one of the criteria for advancing might be that they have been a successful mentor? So, I mean, when we talk about having people advance in your organization into leadership roles, into management, it would really stand to reason that if the person has demonstrated proficiency and mastery, some real proficiency for leadership through your mentoring program, that would stand to reason that those are the people that should advance. So think about how you would formally put that kind of thing in place. Not everyone in your organization is going to be a really good mentor. Not everyone's going to want to mentor. Some people just want to sort of do their job, be left alone, go home at the end of the day, punch the clock in and out, so to speak, while others are really ambitious and they aspire to get ahead and they want to advance within the organization. This is a great way, by having a culture of mentoring in your organization, this is a great way to differentiate between those people. Sometimes, I've observed this a lot, in bigger organizations, sometimes you have a feeling that somebody would be good in management. Maybe they really perform well at a particular job, and you think, oh, this is a person who, when I need a manager, if I need to promote somebody, that's the person. And yet they lack leadership skills in a big way. I've seen people be promoted and fail because they don't have leadership skills. They don't have the ability to take someone under their wing and get people to follow them, be able to teach them and everything. A formal mentoring program, regardless of how big your organization is or how small, putting something in place to encourage that allows those who are interested to pursue that. And that's really important for retaining that talent. And it allows you as the, business owner, as the executive, to sort of observe things and see, and you can then get involved. And you can, maybe now what you can do is you can spend, if you think of this in terms of a hierarchy, you can start your mentoring on leadership skills. Maybe you notice a person's really good at training and mentoring people on specific processes, but they're not that great at some of the other things, and they require a lot of feedback from you when it comes to holding people accountable and that kind of stuff. So you can spend your time with that. That's it in a nutshell. So those were those 4 benefits. A mentoring program. I hope you will consider this so that you and others in your organization will benefit from the great teaching that goes on. You'll benefit from the learning that goes on. You'll benefit from the fulfillment that is associated with mentoring, and you'll benefit from the advancement of your business and those people looking to advance within your business. That's where I want to leave it for today. I hope you got something out of this and you'll give this a try. Leave a comment if you like this idea. Leave a comment if you don't like this idea, and why not. Try to think of the times in your life where you have mentored, where you have served as a leader, and what sort of lessons did you take away from that. Share those lessons in the comments so that we can all learn from one another, because we need to learn from one another. Perpetual refinement.